PizzaFLIX presents Classic Movie Monday. Today it's a pre-code Hollywood crime film with a supernatural twist. This hidden gem features the captivating Claudette Colbert as a cunning spiritualist and a young Edward G. Robinson in a riveting role that became the blueprint for his iconic gangster persona in Little Caesar.
You pulled off the car's leg job all right.
Did I? And I covered up my tracks nicely, too. You'll find the papers will be telling you that it was an inside job. I never cracked a needle crib. Thanks to the way Madame handles things, they won't find a single clue.
Well, I wouldn't be too cocksure about that.
The only thing I got against the Madam system is it takes the thrill out of things. There ain't no danger nor excitement. It's like getting a box of candy at a Sunday school picnic.
Yeah, a lot you know about Sunday schools.
Well, what's this ride worth?
Pick 'em up, Jim, and make a guess.
Well,
I'd say 100,000 is a penny.
100,000? 150,000 easy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, 40,000 is the most it'll bring. But whatever the haul nets me, it all gets a usual share.
90 for him and 10 for us. Smart guy.
Well, I'm going to turn in. I need some rest.
Yeah, honey. You need your beauty sleep.
Yeah, I guess we better all retire. Got a lot of heavy work to be done tomorrow.
Well, boys, I'll let you look up tonight. I've got a hard day tomorrow.
Okay, madam.
What do you say if we don't come down till late tomorrow? I'll meet you at the L at 4 o'clock. We'll come down on the L. It's less conspicuous.
If I was you, I'd hop separate cars. There might be cops around.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Well, come on, madam. I'll let you out and then lock up.
It's the madam, all right. Geez, you'd hardly recognize her.
God, it's awful. What are we going to do now?
You know, the first thing we do is keep our mouths shut. Come on, let's beat it out of here. Charming place, the morgue.
What's the use of mind making up like this? We can't put it over. I tell you, we're in a jam without the madam.
Don't weaken, Jim. We can get away with it all right.
That's no use.
Ah, quit your squawking, both of you. Whatever we do, we're not going to waste any more time about it. Our game is about up here anyway, so let's clear out.
What do you mean, clear out? Gee, it's taken us 10 years to build up this racket.
Well, we can think out another one just as good. Let's all stick together and make the best of it. It's a cinch none of us can take the madam's place.
What do you suppose that is?
Go on and take a look.
I am very sorry, madame.
But it's I, Mrs. Lyons. I must see Madame Mystera. It's very important, please.
But Madame Mystera is not here. It is not possible for her to see client tonight.
Oh, it's been ages since I've had any message from my dear husband. And I must consult him about the market. My affairs are in dreadful shape. My stocks are all down.
Might I respectfully suggest that you try again tomorrow?
Oh, I've even tried the Ouija board. It only swells at me.
I am sorry, but it is quite hopeless tonight.
Then tomorrow?
Tomorrow at noon. Salam alaikum. It was Mrs. Lyons. I stalled her off till tomorrow.
And it looks like it's all over. We can't go on without the madam.
Well, if you ask me, I'm willing to call it a day. Gee, this place gives me the creeps. I'm going back to picking pockets.
Looks like I'd have to go back to making that high school gin again.
What are you going to do, Fluffs?
Well, there are plenty of rackets for me. But I must say this one is the best one I've ever thought of. A rotten shame we can't keep it going.
What are you going to do with Dogface?
Well, we sell him back to the circus. There's always a job for a wild man.
Yeah, and we can always use that extra pound of raw meat.
It's from Jane. What do we do?
Concentrate.
Now, maybe we can put this over by ourselves. See, there's no harm in trying it. Goofy, you be the madam.
Huh? Nix, no, that's out. No, sir. I'll do anything else, but I won't be no madam.
Now, you do as I tell you.
No.
Come on, you be the madam.
Right.
Come on, you'll be swell. I always thought you would be. Come on, I'll try this on.
Why do I always have to do the dirty work?
This is going to be the making of you, kid.
Yeah?
Let's try the old helmet on. That's a perfect fit, just like it was made for you.
Quit your kidding.
Yeah, it's a shame we have to cover up this lovely pazaka of yours. You ought to have a glass veil. That's what you really ought to have. I swear.
Draw near, sister, and be comforted. Wouldst thou speak with some dear departed one?
Well, no. I came here to look for a job. Well, isn't this the hole in the wall?
What's your name?
Jean Oliver.
Who sent you?
Danny McKeever.
Where did you know Danny McKeever?
In prison. I got out a year ago.
What'd they send you up for?
Lost me. But I didn't steal, though. They said I tried to take a necklace and 2 rings, but I didn't do it.
Who said that?
The woman I worked for, Mrs. Ramsey. I found out afterwards that she hid them herself in my trunk. You see, she wanted to railroad me.
Sit down.
Mrs. Ramsey?
Yes, I was her companion and secretary. Oh, it was a hard place, but the money was sure. And, you know, work is hard to find in this town unless you're trained for something special. Well, anyway, it was all right. Till her son fell in love with me. God knows, I didn't want him. I was in love with someone else, a boy I went to school with. But she got the idea I wanted to marry him. Oh, she was terribly afraid. She decided to get me out of his way. Yes, it wasn't enough just to dismiss me. She wanted to fix it so he'd be done with me for good. So she did it. She sent me to jail for 4 years.
4 years? How old are you now?
24. Oh, God, the things I've learned these last few years. They should have killed me outright. It would have been much kinder. There's only one degradation I haven't suffered.
Yeah. I know.
I'd rather be a thief. That's why Danny McKeever sent me here. He told me when I got to the point where I didn't care anymore, I should come to Madame Mystera. She'd put me wise to the trade.
And I'm sorry for you, kid. But you're playing in tough luck. Madame Mystera was killed in that L wreck yesterday.
Killed?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
Now, wait a minute. I may be able to help you. How would you like to step in the madam's place? Be a spiritualistic medium.
Me?
Yes, you. You're intelligent and you've got a good voice. Voice is the chief asset in the madam's business. When she wanted to, she could make the creeps run up and down your back with that voice of hers.
Yes, but don't you see, I don't know a thing about spiritualism.
And neither do we. But we've mastered the tricks. Now, don't you worry about that. No spiritualistic medium is expected to know anything herself. She depends on her controls for information. In this instance, I am her control. I'll show you. Come on. Sit over in that chair.
Oh, well.
Come on, don't be scared. I'm not going to hurt you. That's a good girl. Sit down. Come on, sit back. That's it. Now rest your arms naturally on the arms of the chair. There now, do you feel anything?
Well, oh, yeah. There's something throbbing inside there.
It's electrical vibrations controlled from another room. I'm going to show you how we get by with this craft. Now listen closely. Now you know the code they use up at Auburn and Sing Sing to communicate from cell to cell. Every prisoner knows it.
Yes, I know it by heart.
Well, that's the code we use here. My friend Goofy here helps me out. Now I'm going to give you a trial right now. You're going to be Madame Mystera and you're going to tell Jim his fortune. I'm going to show you how simple it is.
Oh.
Come on, Goofy.
Please, Madame Mystera, can you get me a message? Of course, I don't really believe in spiritualism, but I'm willing to be convinced. In fact, I want to investigate these phenomena. I want to be convinced.
I have a message here for Matt. Is Matt here?
Why, my name is Matthew.
There's a woman with blue eyes. Yes.
Did you get it?
I'll tell the world she got it.
I'm gonna kid her about Jim's girl. See if she knows that.
She says you can call her something beginning with a G. Is it Georgie?
G? G. Maybe it's Jane. Yeah, I call Frail with the name of Jane.
She's with a tall man.
I bet it's that Reverend Mark Carmichael.
He says you're a liar.
There, you see? Simple, ain't it?
I don't know. I don't think I'm going to like it very much.
No, you'll like the money it pays, all right. And to begin with, we'll set you up with a good sum. Now, what'd you say your name was?
Jean Oliver.
You want to keep it?
No, it's never meant anything to me but hard luck.
Jim, you go down the morgue and identify Madame Mystera's body as Jean Oliver.
Listen, if I take this job, the first thing I want to do is get even with Mrs. Ramsey. Will you help me?
I certainly will.
I want to make her suffer the way she made me suffer.
All right, kid, you're on. What's the dope?
Do you remember that son of hers I told you about?
Yeah?
Well, after they sent me up, he forgot all about me. Sure, I knew he would. I wasn't up there 4 months when he married Alice Scott, the daughter of Senator Scott. They had a daughter. She's the only grandchild, and Mrs. Ramsey, just worships her. Well, I'm going to kidnap her.
Hey, that's pretty risky business. Public opinion is dead set against kidnapping. And a well-known child like that, why, she's the heiress to millions.
Now, don't get me wrong. There'll be no money in it for any of us. I'm not kidnapping her for the ransom. I'm going to bring her up with me. I'll teach her to hate the laws that I hate. To lie and cheat and steal. And someday when she's caught, I'll send word to Mrs. Ramsey and tell her what I've done with her granddaughter.
Hello, Chief.
Hello, Grant. I see you guys have some more great stories about the robbery last night. Huh?
I'm a newspaper man. I never read the papers. You know, I don't care a rap who was at the opera, or who was run over, or who committed suicide. Well, what's on your mind today?
Plenty. They've been razzing the life out of me because I haven't cleared up that Cars Lake gem theft. Well, I've run down every clue. There isn't a ray of hope.
Yeah? Headlines. Inspector Nichols says not a ray of hope. You don't want me to print that, do you?
No, come on now. You've done some good work for me before. Now, you covered the story for the Chronicle, so you must have some hunch about it.
Well, I have had something up my sleeve since the robbery, but it might sound silly to you.
Who do you suspect?
Well, I found out that Mrs. Carslake believes in spiritualism.
What of it?
Oh, nothing. Only you remember the Compton robbery during the summer?
Yes?
$200,000 worth of jewels stolen. No clues. Well, Mrs. Compton believed in spiritualism, too. It's rather strange that both women should be clients of the same medium, Madame Mystera.
You mean You think she was connected with the...
Oh, I doubt if we could prove anything. But I'm going to make her acquaintance. You know, mystery has always interested me, ever since I was a kid. That's why I like this racket.
Have you ever seen this, madam?
No, but I've heard a lot about her. I want a good look at this woman who sits always in a dim-lit room, with her face veiled, and who lives behind thick walls through which no sounds pass.
Well, okay. You look over the spooks. I'll watch the live ones.
You want to play horsey?
I want to play horse.
Come on. There we are. Now. Hello, girl. Yeah. Oh, Marcia, you want to sing your Uncle Jim a nice little song?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Little Bo Pig has lost her shape and don't know where to find them. Leave them alone and they'll come along, waggling their tails behind them.
Play horsey with me.
And that's one neat little job we pulled off.
Mm-hmm.
By chance, they'll have to get that kid back.
Yeah. She's a cute kid, isn't she?
You like her, don't you?
Yeah. Here, guess I'll take her milk up to her. You coming up?
Sure.
Marcy's going to have some nice crackers and milk,
Yeah, looks swell and everything.
Oh, look at the nice crackers and jam. Oh, look at this. Oh, my, Penny. Be careful now, don't get any on your dress. Yeah, look at that. Oh, you. And it. Oh, you.
Oh, Fox. Gee, I forgot to feed Dogface. Better go and feed him now, huh?
Go ahead.
Some more? Oh, yeah, Mommy got some nice milk for you, too.
And you swallow that, and then you'll have the milk. Go on.
You better hurry up with that kid. We're booked up solid for the afternoon.
All right.
Hey, what time is it by your watch, Jim?
Give me back my watch and I'll tell you.
What do you mean?
Ah, cut that. I know your stuff. I put your fingers in my pocket a little while ago when I was feeding the kid.
Ah, go and lay an egg.
Look, Mommy.
Oh,
Smart guy, ain't you?
oh, for the love of Mike, you're tired. You don't have to worry about that kid, Gene. If she can get my watch, she's a born dip. Come on, where do you get that stuff?
Take it, Marcia.
All right. Come on, darling, we better go. Take the photograph.
It's that Grant guy.
What
What the devil is he snooping around here for?
Who?
Of
Gordon granted the Chronicle.
Well, I thought he was in Boston.
Yes, he was. But after he solved the Biddle murder, the Chronicle brought him on here. Why? You know him?
Well, I used to. I didn't know he was a client of yours. I don't think I'd better risk seeing him. He might recognize me.
No, not in that makeup. Not unless he knows you pretty well.
Well, he did know me pretty well.
How well?
Yeah. Has he got anything on you?
No.
Well, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he's got something on all of us. We've all been leery of that guy.
Now, there's no use in getting fidgety about it. Well, I'll put the scenery on. If we don't let him in this time, he'd only come back later. And if we turn him down too many times, he might get suspicious. Yeah. We better let him in. Yeah.
Ah, the famous Madame Mysterious. This is indeed a pleasure.
You have heard of me?
Oh, quite often. From your many grateful clients. You know, there was old Mrs. Wallace, for one. You may remember her. She lost a package of valuable bonds not long ago. Of course, you know Mr. Remington and Mrs. Carsley. They all speak of you in terms of wonder.
I do not remember them all. Many of my clients are not known to me by name. But I'm very happy if I have been of service.
You don't really believe you have been, do you?
Oh, I see. You have no faith in spiritualism or communication.
Oh, I believe in a hereafter. I may even believe that the dead have some influence on the living. But why must you use all this to bring them back?
The incense and the dimness seem to help. They subordinate my personality. I am here, you see, not as myself, but as a messenger bearing tidings from the spirit world. What is it you wish to know?
Well, first, I wonder if we couldn't meet face to face. Then I'd be able to understand your phenomena. I'd be more inclined to believe you. Don't you see? If I could see the messenger without her veil, I might become more easily convinced.
It is not my purpose to convert non-believers. You must forgive me. I'm very tired tonight. I must save my strength for those who come to me for help. I'm sure you will understand. May I ask you to return some other time?
But I've been so anxious to meet you. I've been wanting to talk this entire matter over with you.
I'm sorry. You will have to excuse me.
Salam Sahib, Rose, Rose.
The Jersey Division report they found an abandoned car at Fort Lee. It was too wrecked to identify, but they think it's the kidnapper's car. We're not taking any chances. You, McKenna, continue searching the garages. And remember Mrs. Ramsey's description of the chauffeur and the woman. And don't let me see any of you guys around here without a clue. I'll clear out all of you. And if you muffin this job, I'll shake up the whole force. All right, Jack.
Have you heard anything new about the kidnapping?
It looks like we're up against another copper. What a life.
There's a Mrs. Ramsey out there.
Is she still there?
Yes, she's been waiting for over a half an hour. She wants to see you.
I'll give her the gate. No, wait a minute. Might as well have it over with. Tell her to come in.
Say, do you want me to blow?
You stick around, kid. But keep everything you hear to yourself.
You don't care how long you keep me waiting, do you? You don't want to see me, and no wonder. God knows why they ever made you inspector of police.
Now, look here, Mrs. Ramsey. I made up my mind not to see you because you're wasting my time. So if you have any new evidence, let's have it.
The inspector's doing his best, Mrs. Ramsey.
Who is this?
Gordon Grant, police reporter from the Chronicle.
Oh, I see. Well, the Lord knows how you'd ever profit by new evidence. But I'll give it to you. Take a look at that, and maybe you'll get an idea how thieves and cutthroats flourish under your police efficiency.
Dear Madam, your grandchild was kidnapped not for ransom, but for your cruelty to me 4 years ago, when you prosecuted an innocent girl as a thief. As you ignored the claims of justice and mercy then, I am going to ignore them now. The girl will grow up as a thief in a distant city, a thief among thieves, and will share the fate you prepared for Jean Oliver.
Jean Oliver? Why, I knew a girl named Jean Oliver once. We grew up together. Couldn't be the same. But, man, that's her writing.
We'll look her up and see if she has a police record. Tom, see if you have anything on Jean Oliver.
Well, I tell you, whoever that woman is, she's got to give that baby up. If you can't handle this case yourself, I'll take it to the police commissioner. It's been months since my grandchild was stolen, and you've done nothing.
I've done the best I can.
You haven't. I'll send my own detectives after her if need be. 1,000 of them. I'll spend every cent I've got to save my grandchild.
Why, that's odd. The address quoted by those who claimed her body leads where I've just come from. 72 Barrow Street is the apartment of Madame Mystera.
Is that so?
Jean Oliver couldn't be dead. That wreck occurred months ago. And this letter was postmarked yesterday. You say you saw a woman in the kidnapper's car. Would you recognize her if you saw her again?
I don't think so. She was heavily veiled.
Now, Inspector, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll call for you at your home tomorrow evening at 9 o'clock. Then we'll go to Madame Mystera's and you pretend that you're my aunt. Then you have your men picked and placed.
I've seen you with that kid. You can't go through with making a crook out of her. She's gotten under your skin. You're not for this racket. Why don't you give it up while you can?
Don't forget, Fox, I've served time. Even if I wanted to get out, I couldn't. Just like they told me at Auburn. You'll try to go straight, but you won't be able to. Someone will always turn up who knows you.
Yes, but you can go west or abroad and change your name. Jean Oliver is legally dead. We swore that Madame Mystera's body was yours when we buried her. Why don't you come with me, huh? I love you, Jean. Marry me. If you insisted, I'd even go straight. On the level, I would.
Listen, Fox, I couldn't marry a man unless I loved him.
And that means you don't love me.
Oh, I like you. You've been swell to me. You know how grateful I am, don't you?
I know. It's that other guy.
I can't forget him, Fox. I've tried. I guess I'll always love him.
Well, let's drop it. I'm sorry, Jean. I guess love is a thing we can't manage as we please. I've never been up against it before. It's an unhappy sort of feeling, isn't it? Well, I guess we better beat it back to the joint before it's too late.
Where you going?
I think there's a short in them wires behind the throne chair. I'm going up and try to fix it.
Gee, I don't know what's the matter with me tonight. I get the willies. I'm as nervous as a kitten. Maybe it's because the Fox and Jean ain't here, eh?
You know, Goofy, I'm beginning to think that the Fox has got a case on that skirt. And when you mix business with pleasure, it ain't so good. With that Grant guy hanging around, we all ought to be doubly careful.
Now, don't worry about the Fox. He can match wits with the cops, all right. He ain't never failed yet.
Yeah, maybe. There must be them now. Let's go and look.
Let's see.
Hello. Pity's name, why don't you send that poor creature back to the carnival where you got him from? When he cries out like that, even during a seance when I'm prepared for it, I almost shriek myself.
Yeah, and scaring the kid, too.
Where is she?
I forgot. I left her in the bath.
Cry, Marcia.
Oh, did Jim leave you in the tub all alone, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a bad boy. You know what we'll do? We'll spank him, huh?
Yeah. Nice bunny.
You like Mommy's bunny? Oh, now wait, I'll get the towel and dry you
Oh,
off.
and this one has this.
Oh, the big duck. What'd the big duck do? Did he try to
Has
bite the
this.
little one? Oh,
No,
that's right. You pull his tail. Put your arms up, darling. There. Up we go.
It's wedding.
I get the duck all wet?
No. It's wet.
Oh, were you lonesome without me, darling?
Yes, Mommy, but where did you go?
Where did I go? I went out to dinner. And what did you do? Did you play with all the toys?
Yes. Drowning.
Oh, the duck is drowning. Now, if you've been good, what do you want me to give you?
A piece of candy.
It strikes me there's an unusual amount of bulls in this neighborhood tonight.
Yeah? Well, the one that was out there tonight, he's been out there every night.
Yes, but tonight there's another one with him. And about a block below, I saw a flock of them looking in a shop window.
Gee, do you think they're on to us?
No, they're just down here getting the air. What do you think they would be doing in this part of the town when we've got the Ramsey kid right down in our own house? Isn't that Grant, that reporter guy, sneaking around? Hey, I'll bet you that there's going to be a raid. That's the guy that tipped them off.
My advice is to smuggle the kid out the back way. Goofy can find a safer place for her than here. Sure.
Oh, it's fancy.
Isn't that pretty? Which one do you want?
The big one.
The big one. I knew that.
This is bigger.
Is that bigger? All right. Come on, Doc. Chew it nicely. Don't swallow it all at once. You don't like that? Can you sing, darling? Think you could sing Mommy a little song?
Yeah.
Come on, now you try.
I sing with my mouth full.
Well, you swallow that and then you sing for Mother.
My cabin baby on a tree top when the wind blowed it right away.
Right.
What is it?
Hey, the Fox told me to get the kid out of here tonight.
Why?
The cops.
Oh, but where are you going to take her?
Never mind. Don't worry. The Fox has got a safe
Oh,
place.
now,
All right.
You're sure she'll be all right?
Absolutely. It's okay. Come on.
I don't like this. Sweetheart, you're going for a ride with Goofy. You like that?
Yeah.
Yes. You got a thing?
Yeah.
Now, give me those toes, darling.
My face.
My toe. Well, what's on the end of your feet? Isn't that a little toe? Yes.
The father toe, the mother toe, the end toe.
And the where's
Baby toe.
That's it. There's the baby toe, too. Take the towel away with you.
The baby toe is the smallest toe in the whole world.
That's right. Your other arm. Oh, Goofy, you'll take care of it. Now, you won't let her catch cold.
Leave it to me.
There. There. Bye-bye, sweetheart. Oh.
Come on, Libby.
All right.
Come on, darling. We're going for a ride. Eh?
Take good care of her,
Yes,
Goofy.
honey. Bye. That Grant guy again.
Oh.
Got an old lady with him. Nothing to worry about as long as we got rid of the kid. I'll tell you. I'll bring the Grant guy in here and then go out and stall the old lady until Goofy gets a chance to make his getaway with the kid. Huh?
No, I won't see him again.
That's all right, kid. Snap into it. Get hold of your nerves. If that Grant fella gets fresh, I'll take care of him.
You put that gun away, you hear? Now, you listen to me. I want this understood. Before I stand for murder, I'll go back to prison even if I have to take all of you with me.
Now, nobody intends to murder anybody. But a man has a right to fight in self-defense, to protect himself from outside interference. And I'm just prepared, that's all.
Salam, Sahib.
I hope you're feeling better than you were the last time I called.
Yes, thank you.
Madam Mystera, may I ask whether you're a fortune teller as well as a medium?
No, I do not predict the future. I can only tell what I am doing.
I wish you were, because I'm looking for a girl. Her name is Jean Oliver. She was falsely accused of theft about 4 years ago and imprisoned.
Falsely accused?
Yes. I knew this girl, you see. I've loved her all my life. I know she couldn't commit the crime they jailed her for. If I'd only been there to defend her, if I'd only known in time, all this might never have happened. She just dropped out of my life, and I haven't heard from her since.
Why, it has been reported that Jean Oliver died in a wreck some time ago.
That's impossible. I saw her handwriting in a letter posted 2 days ago. About the Ramsey kidnapping. So you see, you are mistaken. Jean Oliver still lives. And I'll continue looking for her until I find her.
But she doesn't want you to.
How do you know that?
The lady who comes with the Sahib, madam.
This is the famous Madame Mystera. My aunt would like to consult you on an important matter which affects her rather deeply.
You are Madame Mystera? I say, are you Madame Mystera?
Yes.
Well, I want my fortune told.
I do not tell fortunes. I convey messages from those who have passed beyond.
I don't care how you do it or what you call it. I want you to use this power that you think you have to help me. I'm in trouble.
You are in deep trouble. It is quite recent.
Yes. I imagine that applies to almost everyone who comes to you, doesn't it?
You are skeptical. You do not believe in communication with the spirit world. And yet at this very moment, there is a man whom you cannot see, leaning over your shoulder. He is a tall man with gray hair. He wears an old-fashioned wing collar and cravat. There is a yellow seal on his watch chain. He holds his heart. Yes, he passed on from a disease affecting the heart. His name is Andrew.
You could have found out all that from anyone who knew my husband.
He says you are always stubborn and hard to convince. He has been trying for years to get a message through to you, but you would never receive it. He says you have put him out of your thoughts as though he had never lived. He pities you and wants to help you. says you must realize your danger and make amends while there is still time in this incarnation. You must listen to me. You must heed. He will give you a sign that you cannot doubt.
My God! A child! It's Goofy! It's the woman who robbed me. No wonder she knows these things. It's cunning. Goofy.
Tell them to stop, Jeep. The baby's in danger.
Wires must be cut.
Tell the fox tried to get kid up. Don't remember. Must have slipped. Listen, I haven't long. The hole in the wall between us is growing smaller. Listen, baby above me. The tide is rising. Listen, tell cops outside, cross Hudson, baby under pier number.
Oh!
That is the Oliver. That is the woman who stole my baby.
Hey, man. Why do we get to put on these rifles?
Well, we should have a handcuff on
There you are. Well, I guess that'll keep you out of mischief for a while. Hold him up, partner.
All right. Bring them all down here. Through that door. We're going to get at the bottom of this right now.
Bring him back here. Are you feeling better now, Dave?
All of a sudden, I saw Goofy, and it was real. Oh, the child is in danger.
Here, sit down here. Just right here. That's it. Where is that child?
Oh, my baby.
Come on, speak up. Say, Chief, if this fellow doesn't come across, we'll give him the works.
Sure.
There's no use you're threatening me with a third degree. I've been through more of them than you've ever seen. The fact remains I know where the kid is.
Well, where is she?
And before I tell, I've got a little deal to make. Not with you flatfoots, because I don't trust any of you guys. Is Gordon Grant here? At least he's too fond of the girl to go back on his word.
Hey, you're under arrest now for complicity in the kidnapping.
You can't prove anything against me. And if you did, that wouldn't bring back the child, would it?
Hey, you better let me handle this. What sort of a deal do you want?
Well, you can have the kid back on two conditions. First, Gene Oliver is to go scot-free. She's not to be held for any charge whatever, whether it concerns the psychic business or the kidnapping. Her name is not even to be mentioned in connection with this case.
Is that all? She's going up with you and the rest of your gang. We've caught you clean this time.
Yeah? Well, the tide is rising.
What's your other condition?
And Mrs. Ramsey has got to admit that she cooked up that charge against Miss Oliver. She's got to make a clean breast of it.
How dare you talk to me like this? She robbed me of my grandchild, and you shall all answer to the law for it.
And now listen, Mrs. Ramsey. You know well enough that you sent a girl to prison who was innocent.
You're very much interested in this girl, ain't you?
And interested enough to see her get a square deal, that's all. She's not in my class and never has been. She don't belong in this game. So you gotta let her go.
You ain't asking much, are you? Well, maybe make the girl talk.
Sure. Now cut it, cut it. You can't get anything out of her because she doesn't know a thing. I'm the only guy that knows the hideaway. I had my partner, Goofy, sneak the kid out of the house tonight and hide her. I'm convinced it was Goofy who spoke to us tonight.
Yes.
And he is dead. So no one knows where the kid is except me.
How do we know you're even telling the truth?
And the tide's rising, Mrs. Ramsey. The tide's
Oh,
rising.
my baby. My baby.
They'll help you, Mrs. Ramsey, if you'll only withdraw your charge. You know she's innocent. They only want you to be fair. That's all.
My fault. It's my fault. I did put the things in her trunk myself. My son was blindly in love with her, and he meant everything to me. I didn't want to press the charge against her. I just wanted to get her out of the way.
Now, Inspector, how about fulfilling our part of the deal? What do you say? They're on the level.
Are you crazy?
Oh, come on, Chief. Be satisfied. Yeah, I'll tell you what. It'll be a great thing if you get the girl back.
Well,
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put a swell layout in all the papers. I'll say that you pursued the kidnappers so efficiently that they were forced to abandon their girl and flee. What do you say, Chief?
Uh-huh. All right, I'll take you on. Where's the kid?
Not far from here. You can make it in 10 minutes. Pier 19, next to the Lackawanna slip.
Take Mrs. Ramsey down to Pier 19. I'll wait till you get back. I'll give you an hour. Times certainly have changed when guys like you come here to tell us what to do.
Yeah? Well, I can tell you a lot.
Yeah, well, I'm listening.
If you had a couple of guys like me on the force...
Maybe you'd like my shield, eh?
Nix on that. So long as the guys like you wearing them, I'll stick to my racket.
Say, Chief, will it be all right to take Miss Oliver with me? I'll be responsible for her appearance.
No. No one leaves here until that child's return. I don't trust you crooks.
You don't have to trust us. We pay cash.
Marcia, darling. Hello, Mommy. Oh, sweetheart. Where did you go, Marcia? I went on a boat and I climbed up a ladder. Oh, my darling, I'm so glad you're back.
Everything all right now, Inspector?
I guess so.
We can go now, dear.
Goodbye, darling.
Goodbye, Father. I'll never forget what you've done for me. Oh, gee, you're a great guy.
Goodbye, Fox.
Give him the hand. He's saving them.